Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is UFC Investor. In this video we're going to be going over Tallison Teixeira versus Derrick Lewis. I'm going to be talking about fighters like Derrick Lewis, Tallison Teixeira, Wonder Boy, as well as Morgan Charrière. So it should be a good set of fights, guys. Let's get started with the first fight. Alright guys, so for the last fight of the night, or for the main event, we're going to be talking about Derrick Lewis versus Tallison Teixeira. If you guys didn't know, this is a heavyweight fight. And on one side we have a 40-year-old Derrick Lewis versus Tallison Teixeira, who's like literally 6'7". He's undefeated, so I don't know, man. This one's a really hard pick, guys. At the moment, I was thinking Larry Lewis should win, but I don't know, man. I feel like now that the more that I think about it, it's like I'm pretty sure if Tallison just avoids the heavy punches of Lewis and he just survives, he's gonna outpoint Lewis, and he probably has a better ground game than Lewis as well. So now that I'm kind of like thinking about that, I'm thinking like Teixeira could get a finish in some of the rounds, or in one of the rounds at least, out of all 5 of them. And I'm thinking it should be a little earlier. So I'm going to be picking round 3 TKO, because I feel like he's gonna be careful in the beginning rounds, trying not to get KO'd by Lewis. And then once he kind of gets his like base, or he kind of gets his like distance, he's gonna start like striking Lewis from the outside, if not trying to like maybe keep his distance. And if he can't keep his distance, he's going to be able to like control the grappling, if not take down Lewis if he gets like to a close fight. So I don't think Lewis is going to be able to like stay up if Teixeira wants to take him down. So I'm thinking Teixeira is just the younger, I don't want to say stronger, but like more capable fighter with the reach and the height. And I honestly think he's probably going to have better cardio than Lewis. I'm going to be picking the younger guy on this one, guys. Like, as you guys saw earlier, I was picking Lewis at first, but I'm going to be picking Teixeira. Right now, the odds have Derrick Lewis at a plus 210. Teixeira is a minus 250. And I kind of get it now. Like, at first I wanted to pick Lewis because of the experience, but I think he's on the way out. You know, he's literally over 40, so I don't think he's getting better. That's for sure. So on this one, for sure picking Teixeira, but I'll put like 50 cents on Lewis by KO, just like inside the distance KO, like out of the 5 rounds. Not sure which round he could do it in. I feel like he could like get into the late rounds, like 4 and 5th round, and maybe get a KO. But I think Teixeira is gonna have a game plan, and he's gonna tire out Lewis, and Lewis is gonna not go for broke, but it's gonna end earlier than I expect. I really don't think this one's gonna go to decision. But let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so for the co-main event, we have Wonder Boy Stephen Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim, one of the Bonfim brothers. And this one, guys, I think the odds kind of say a lot, because right now Thompson is a plus 300, Bonfim is a minus 400, and it looks like he's getting more into a favorite. So I'm thinking in this one Bonfim should win. He has the ground game, and he has the striking as well as the youth. So Bonfim should win here. Like, his plan should be to try to take down Thompson and just try to control him on the ground. And if he can't control him on the ground, he should be able to nullify Wonder Boy's striking somehow. Because I think that's the only thing that Thompson has over Bonfim is striking. Because he's like, I think he's over 40 years old too. I think he's older than Derrick Lewis. So I think in this one, it's just kind of like a changing of the guard, changing of the era, just like Lewis versus Teixeira. I'm thinking Bonfim should be able to beat Thompson. I don't think he's going to finish Thompson, though, because at first I was thinking Bonfim should get like a submission or a TKO somewhere, but I think Thompson's going to show his durability, but Bonfim should have the bigger moments and have more control, and that's why I'm picking him. Right now, the odds, like I said, have Thompson at a plus 300, Bonfim is a minus 400, so I don't think a lot of people are going to disagree with that. And yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this one. I do think this one goes the distance. I am pretty confident about that. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright, guys, so for the co-main event, we have Wonder Boy Stephen Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim, one of the Bonfim brothers. And this one, guys, I think the odds kind of say a lot, because right now Thompson is a plus 300, Bonfim is a minus 400, and it looks like he's getting more into a favorite. So I'm thinking in this one Bonfim should win. He has the ground game, and he has the striking as well as the youth. So Bonfim should win here. Like, his plan should be to try to take down Thompson and just try to control him on the ground. And if he can't control him on the ground, he should be able to nullify Wonder Boy's striking somehow. Because I think that's the only thing that Thompson has over Bonfim is striking, because he's like, I think he's over 40 years old too. I think he's older than Derrick Lewis. So I think in this one, it's just kind of like a changing of the guard, changing of the era, just like Lewis versus Teixeira. I'm thinking Bonfim should be able to beat Thompson. I don't think he's going to finish Thompson, though, because at first I was thinking Bonfim should get like a submission or a TKO somewhere, but I think Thompson's going to show his durability, but Bonfim should have the bigger moments and have more control. And that's why I'm picking him. Right now, the odds, like I said, have Thompson at a plus 300. Bonfim is a minus 400. So I don't think a lot of people are going to disagree with that. And yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this one. I do think this one goes the distance. I am pretty confident about that. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. All right, guys. So in this next fight, we have two strikers in Kelvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia. This one, guys, I'm going to be picking the new blood, the new guy on the block. Kattar, he's been around. He's an OG, I would say. He's a good striker, but he just hasn't been doing good recently. And I think Steve Garcia is going to have the bigger moments in this one, and that's why I'm picking him by decision. At first, I was picking Steve Garcia by finish because that's what he's been doing recently, but Kattar is durable, I feel like Kattar is going to have his moments as well. I don't think it's going to be like a closeout for Garcia where he just beats up Kattar. I doubt that. But I do think Garcia is going to have like the more powerful shots, the bigger moments, and he should be able to beat Kattar by decision. Kattar has not been doing good recently, and the odds have Kattar at a plus 120. Steve Garcia is a minus 140. I don't think Steve Garcia is going to finish Kattar. I highly doubt that. So when you think about that, it comes down to who's going to be more technical, who's going to outpoint the other guy in terms of striking. And I for sure can see Kattar possibly winning and me kind of like valuing or undermining his striking capability because of the hype that Garcia has. But I don't know. I feel like Garcia is probably going to be working on his striking. He obviously has the KO capability, but I feel like he's going to like improve in his technique, and I feel like Steve Garcia is going to have the bigger moments, and I think that's going to matter a little bit more. I'm going to be picking Garcia in this one. I'm not too confident in the pick, so that's why I kind of wanted to go over the odds, because I do think they are correct. Like, I do think Garcia barely takes the win, maybe by a split, maybe by even a controversial split. But I just think Garcia is going to have the bigger moments, and I think that's what's going to count more. Kattar, I just don't see him, like, piecing up Garcia and, like, outdoing him, I just don't see that. I think Garcia is just going to do enough to win, and that's why I'm picking him by decision. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. All right, guys, so in this next fight, we have Nate, the Train Landwehr versus Morgan Charrière. And this one, guys, I'm pretty excited about this fight. I think it's going to be a really good fight. We have the American and Nate versus the Frenchman and Morgan. Right now, the odds have Morgan Charrière at a minus 240. Nate Landwehr is a plus 205. And I kind of agree, I think it's mostly based off Nate's last performance where I picked him and he didn't perform as well as I thought he would. So I'm going to be picking Charrière to win by decision. I feel like Charrière is going to be the more slicker striker and just kind of like, outpoint Landwehr. And I honestly think Morgan's not going to do it in an impressive manner. I feel like Morgan's just going to do enough to be able to beat Nate. Nate, on the other hand, I think he's going to commit to like trying to finish Morgan and maybe try to have the bigger moments, but like missing. I don't know. I just don't trust Nate after his last performance. And I don't remember his age, but I think he's actually kind of old. I got to double check how old he is. But regardless, I think Morgan should be able to win at the very least by a split decision, because I do think Morgan should be better here. If you guys didn't know, Morgan has like a big Instagram following. I think he's like associated, if not like he's like hung out with rappers and stuff like that. I can see a lot of people picking Morgan just because they're a fan of him. But I do think he should be able to be better than Nate in terms of technique. And I think it's going to be a striking match. I highly doubt either one of these guys are going to want to take it to the ground unless they're hurt or something. So I think this one should be a good fight, a striking match. And I think Charrière should be able to outpoint Nate Landwehr. The only thing I'm worried about is if Charrière kind of like makes it boring by like clenching or, just doing like boring stuff to outpoint Landwehr. Because I kind of like expect like a war from them. But I don't know. I feel like Morgan's going to maybe make his game plan to like nullify Nate's striking and just kind of keep it like I guess boring in other words. So I'm picking Morgan on this one. I'm not too confident in the pick. I'm a little surprised the odds are so much in the favor of Charrière. I'm honestly think that's because like he's like has more hype or like more fans. But regardless, let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next fight we have Vitor Petrino versus Austen Lane. I don't think I really need to talk about this one much, guys. Vitor Petrino is a minus 700. Austen Lane is a plus 500, and I think that's because of a lot of reasons. Lane, you know, he has heavy hands and he does incorporate his wrestling, but we're talking about Vitor Petrino here, who is like good on the ground and he has hands. So I think in this one, I think Petrino should be able to get a finish on Austen Lane, who kind of, I don't want to say risks it, but I don't think he's going to be able to use his grappling. So it's going to mostly be striking. And at that point, I think Petrino is going to have the edge. So I think he's going to be able to finish Lane on this one. I think Lane usually loses by getting knocked out, at least recently. So I think Vitor Petrino could come back on this one, even though he just took a recent loss. Plus, the odds are so heavily in Petrino. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree on this. I will maybe consider putting like a KO bet on Lane because Petrino has been KO'd recently. So I'll probably put like 50 cents on this one, just kind of how I did with with Lewis. For Lewis KO, Lane KO. I doubt those happen, but you never know. It's possible. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next fight we have Junior Tafa versus Tuco Tokkos. Honestly guys, I don't really have... I guess I'm only saying this because I'm just not sure how it's going to go. You know, these guys are kind of... I think they're light heavyweight. So I'm thinking there should be a finish. You know, they have heavy hands, but I'm a little afraid this might be boring. I hope it's not. And if it's not, I think Tafa should be able to get a finish in round 2. Tokkos, if he wins, I think he should be able to get a finish in round 1. But I think Tafa's UFC experience is going to play a lot in this. Tokkos has yet to get a win in the UFC. And the odds right now have Junior Tafa at a minus 180. Tokkos is a plus 155. So I kind of agree with the odds on this one because I feel like Tafa has the edge in the UFC experience, but I feel like in the striking, I feel like it could go either way, you know, because I'm not impressed by Tafa's striking, that's for sure, and I don't think he's gonna like suddenly have a ground game versus Tukos. So I think in this one, Tafa's gonna have to, you know, survive round 1 and maybe get a finish in round 2 or 3, because Tukos, his recent wins have come in round 1, so I think he might follow the same trend where he's gonna come out strong. You know, not to say test himself, but like, you know, I would expect he's going to try to keep the same game plan of how he usually wins. So I'm thinking this one for sure could end in a knockout. That's what I can say for sure. I think it should end in a finish either way, like a KO. And I'm going to be picking Tafa to get the KO on this one. So I highly doubt this goes the distance, and that's why I was saying earlier about I'm hoping it's not boring, because if it does go the distance, it's going to be boring, I think, obviously, you know, because we expect to finish in this one. At least I would hope so. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next fight we have Max Griffin versus Chris Curtis, which is Sean Strickland's friend, or, you know, training partner, blah blah blah. So in this one, guys, I think it's, I don't want to say straightforward, but like it was an easy pick for me. I think Curtis is decent, you know. I think he has a good boxing, good defense, good takedown defense, and I think this one's going to be a striking fight. And I think Curtis is going to have the edge in this one compared to Max Griffin, who just got, you know, choked out by Michael Chiesa in round 3 in December. You know, that's a ground game, so I kind of don't really compare the two, you know, with Chiesa and Curtis. But he fought Jeremiah Wells and got a split decision win. And his win before that versus Tim Means was split decision. So I think this one's going to go to decision. But I think Curtis is going to have the edge, you know. I think he's going to have better striking. I don't think he's going to be able to take Curtis down. I think Curtis is going to be able to outpoint him and out-technique him. And at the moment, Max Griffin is 39 years old. I think Curtis is old as well. Let me check his age. I think he's pretty old, 37. Let me check. Yeah, he's 37. So I don't really play like age as much into a factor in this one, but I just think Curtis is going to be a little bit better in terms of the boxing. Right now, the odds have Curtis at a minus 300. Griffin is a plus 250, so it seems like people agree on this one. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. I think, like I said, I don't want to say it's super straightforward in this one, but I think Curtis has an edge here, and I think he should be able to beat Max Griffin. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next fight we have Jake Matthews versus Chidi Njokuani. This one, guys, I think this was the hardest pick on the whole card for me. Like, I was back and forth. I'm still back and forth because I just switched my pick back to Jake Matthews, guys. I don't know, man. It's just like I don't want to think too much in statistics in this one because I feel like they're both good. But I don't know. Like, the more I look at Jake Matthews' record, I'm thinking he's beating the better guys. You know, Phil Rowe, Francisco Prado, who I would say are pretty decent strikers. And he's only lost to Michael Morales. He didn't get a finish versus Morales, and we all know Morales is good. He also lost to Sean Brady not too long ago and Matthew Semmelsberger. But between then, he's been winning. He's beaten Andre Filho, Darius Flowers. He's finished those guys. He beat Phil Rowe, Prado. So I just think, now that I'm looking at the names and looking back again, I just think Matthews is going to be able to pull it off somehow. Because I do think that Chidi's striking is better or more dangerous than Jake's. But I feel like Jake's going to have the experience to nullify it somehow. Like, he is young at like 30 years old, but he's like 14-7 in the UFC. And recently only losing, I mean, other than Semmelsberger, recently only losing to some of the best guys like Morales and Sean Brady. So I think in this one, I'm going to be valuing the names that they fought versus Chidi, who, yeah, he's on a roll. He missed weight versus Zaleski and finished him. And then before that, he got a unanimous win over Jared Gooden, a split versus Rice McKee. So, man, and it's so sad because, like, I've been picking against Chidi, like, these last, I think I picked him the last fight, but before that I was picking against him. I remember that for sure. So I really hope I'm not wrong with this one. Right now the odds have Jake Matthews at a plus 100, Chidi's a minus 120. So obviously, you know, I feel like a lot of people are feeling the same way. You know, they're in the middle. But I'm thinking Jake Matthews is going to have the game plan to be able to beat Chidi. And yeah, so I'm going to be picking Matthews on this one. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Not to say don't be surprised if I change picks, but I'm going to review this one again just to make sure. Maybe watch some tape. That's for sure. I should have watched some tape. I haven't yet, honestly. But yeah, this one I think I'm going to have to. If not, I think I'll for sure pick one and then bet the other just so I can kind of make myself feel a little bit better. Even though that's not the best idea. But still, I'm going to be picking Jake Matthews on this one. Let me know what you guys think. Let's go to the next fight. Alright, guys. So in this next fight, we have Lauren Murphy versus Eduarda Moura. Man, I don't want to say this was a difficult pick because it seems like it wasn't for a lot of people. Wait, where are they? Oh, yeah. Murphy's a plus 425. Moura's a minus 600. And I kind of disagree with the odds. Like, yeah, I understand that Moura's bigger, stronger, probably has a better striking, I would say, if not the better game plan to be able to take it to the ground. And that's why I'm picking Moura. But these odds are a little crazy to me, you know? Like, I'm surprised. So, I'm picking Moura. I don't really want to elaborate too much. I think she's going to be able to nullify Murray's kind of, like, doggish striking where she just kind of throws herself in, willing to get hurt and hurt her opponent. I think Moura is going to be able to handle that and win by decision. So, yeah, I don't think there's going to be a finish in this one. Murphy's pretty tough. Moura is pretty decent as well. She has had some finishes in the UFC. Over Montserrat Ruiz, she finished her by ground and pound in the second round. And then in Contender Series, she got a choke. But I don't think she's going to finish Murphy in this one. Moura did beat Hardy by decision in the last fight. As for Murphy, she lost to Jessica Andrade. You know, I don't blame her. Andrade's good. She beat Miesha Tate, which I'm not impressed as so much anymore. And she lost to Shevchenko in 2021. Man, I think I remember seeing that fight too. Man, it's been so long. Anyways, she lost to Joanne Wood by split before that. So I don't know. I just think she's on the way down. And Miesha Tate is not really an impressive win. So I think Moura is going to be able to edge it out in this one. I think in this one, I'll put like 50 cents on Murphy to win by split decision. Just in case, you know. Like, I think she has a chance against Moura. Like, I considered it, but I think Moura is just like the fresher, younger athlete. Murphy's like 40-something. So, yeah, I do think Moura is going to be able to get this win. Yeah, Murphy's 41 years old. So, I just think she's on the way out. And, yeah, Moura is probably going to be the pick here. I just don't agree with the odds. Definitely not moneylining that or parlaying that. At least I don't think so. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. All right, guys. So in this next fight, we have Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Valter Walker, or Johnny Walker's brother. So in this one, guys, I think it's pretty straightforward. I think Walker's gonna want to take it to the ground versus Kennedy, who has hands. He has heavy hands. He's finished people before. He's gone KOs. Right now, the odds have Kennedy at a minus 225. Valter Walker's a plus 190. And I kind of agree with the odds. I think Kennedy for sure has the edge in terms of the striking. And I think all he has to do is just stay up on the feet and not get taken down by Walker, who, yeah, it's impressive. He has 2 heel hooks in a row. And I get that, It's possible for him to do it again, I don't know. But I think Kennedy knows that, and he's going to just try whatever it takes to stay on the ground, to stay on the feet and outstrike Walker. If Walker takes it to the ground, then damn, I think it's going to be his world. So I'll probably for sure pick Kennedy. I don't think I'm going to bet on him, though. Like, I just don't... I mean, he has been doing good recently, but I don't know. Some of his losses are just kind of like disappointing. So in this one, I'll probably put like 50 cents on Walker by submission just for fun. Just so in case he does take it to the ground, have something to root for. But I think Kennedy should be able to get the win here, at least by a finish, if not by decision. I think it'll be a late finish if he does do it. I feel like they're going to have to both be tired, and Kennedy's just going to have to hopefully have some cardio to finish Walker, who might be tired from trying to grapple the whole time. So let me know what you guys think about this one. This one is kind of iffy in terms of like, I think there's going to be a finish on either end, but I think it could also go to decision, which I'm like, I hope not. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. All right, guys. So in this next fight, we have Mitch Ramirez versus Mike Davis. And this one, like I said, I don't think I need to talk about this one much either. Mike Davis is a minus 900 versus Mitch Ramirez, who's a plus 600. I'm a little surprised about the odds. Like, I mean, yeah, I think Davis should win here, but geez, like minus 1,000. I think it's a little bit too much. I think Davis should be able to get the decision win on this one. I don't think he's gonna like just finish Mitch Ramirez. So I think he's gonna be a dog. I feel like he's definitely dangerous throughout the whole fight if he gets to decision. Mitch Ramirez has had, in his last 3 fights, he's 1-2, so he's been finished in 2 of those fights, and he's also finished one of those fights in round 1. So I think in this one, I think it's pretty straightforward in terms of the way I'm gonna bet it. I'm gonna be betting Mitch Ramirez to get a finish in round 1 somehow, just in round 1, submission or KO. But for sure, that's just for like fun. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it versus Mike Davis, who has wins in the UFC. His only one of his only 2 losses come from Fares ZM and Gilbert Burns. So obviously he's good. He's only lost to some of the really good guys. And yeah, I think Mike Davis should for sure get the win here. And I think that's partly why he's such a huge favorite, because he's only lost to like huge names like I don't want to say ZM is a big name, but he's well known, and Gilbert Burns. So I think in this one, Davis is for sure the pick, and I think the odds reflect that. But like I said, I'm going to put a little bit on Mitch Ramirez by a finish. You never know. This one I think is kind of straightforward. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next fight, or for the first fight of the night, or the last fight of the video, we have Fatima Kline versus Melissa Ramirez. Man, this one is just crazy. If you guys look at the odds, Fatima Kline is a minus 1,300. That's too much, man. Martinez is a plus 850. I mean, I understand why she's probably going to be the favorite and the winner here, but Jesus Christ, minus 1,300, that's too much. I mean, I am picking Kline too, but still, I think Martinez has a chance. Martinez, if you guys didn't know, she's like a kickboxer, striker, and Kline is the grappler. So in this one, as long as Kline controls it and gets it on the ground, she's probably going to win, and I think that's why the odds have it the way they are. She's a really good grappler. I think outside of the UFC, she's competed in like grappling events. I don't know like the details, but I know she's well known in the grappling scene or the BJJ scene. I don't know. And then Martinez, on the other hand, she's been in the UFC. She's a striker, kickboxer. Her brother is also in the UFC, David Martinez. And yeah, I think she's going to try to keep this fight on the feet. And I don't think she's going to be able to do that. I think Fatima Kline is just going to be able to take it to the ground and control it. Even though Martinez knows this is probably going to be a takedown defense fight, I do think Kline is going to just somehow be able to take Martinez. Martinez is going to try to run around the ring and outstrike Kline. And I just don't think it's going to work. I think Kline is going to get a hold of her and control her and get the win by decision, I think. Maybe a submission. I'm going to bet Martinez to win by decision. I'll probably put like 50 cents on that or something. I'd be surprised if she does beat Kline, though. I'd be like, wow, Kline is not that good, you know? But I think Kline is going to have the edge here and maybe get a submission. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Those were the fights for tonight. Not for tonight, for literally in like almost 2 weeks. Not this coming weekend, because today is the 1st of July. So it's going to be in not this coming weekend, but the next. Lewis versus Teixeira. Super excited about the main event. I think it's going to show us like if it's another changing of the guard, you know. And I think it is, you know. I think Teixeira is going to be able to get that win. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about the video, about the predictions, about my rank. I went back down to number 60, guys. I'm a little disappointed. I'll show you guys my results for last weekend. I think I got 8 out of 11 fights right, but out of the 8 picks that I got right, I didn't like call them like precisely, you know. I just got them right, but I didn't call them like more specifically. So I think that's what kind of put me down in the rankings. So I'm not too disappointed, you know. Still champion, still with the logo. So I'm happy about that. As long as I don't go past top 100, I'm not going to lose the champ logo. But I want to go back into top 10, you know. Actually, I wasn't in top 10. I was number 12. But still, I want to get into the number 10, or if not, number 1. And I still think it's capable, or possible. So I'm not losing hope. And yeah, so those are my results for last week. I didn't make money. I lost half of it pretty much. I'll show you guys like the end result of my bets. Luckily, Ilya got that KO, and that's got me some of my money back, but I lost most of it in like the other bets, sadly. So yeah, guys, that's my my rank, my last week results, and my betting amounts that I won. I think I ended up with like $14. So I still have that in my account. I'll probably put another 25 as always, like I always do every weekend, and I'll show you guys my investment account now. This account, I put $25 every week, no matter what. So it kind of just shows how much I'm putting into betting and losing. And this is the amount that I've been saving because I put the same amount in both. 25 betting, 25 saving. And yeah, this investment account, it's like a robo portfolio, so it invests for me. So that's my investment account. Luckily, it's growing. And yeah, I'm a little sad that there's no UFC event this weekend. Hopefully there's something else. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about Lewis versus Teixeira on, shoot, I don't even know the date it's on July 12th, on Saturday, July 12th, almost 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm super excited about the main event, and I think after that, they'll have another event. But regardless, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys liked the video, thank you so much. If you guys haven't liked the video, please like it. It definitely helps me out and motivates me. And comment below what your picks are. Comment below what you guys think about the video. And yeah, guys, I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.